On my channel Cineranter, I mainly talk about gangster movies and crime cinema. On my second channel, Cineranter Uncut, we dive into stuff outside of crime cinema. Maybe a video on the Alien movies, a couple on Ridley Scott's career, a few random movie reviews, book reviews. But I know what you're thinking. When are you going to make a video on the direct-to-DVD sequel to Disney's classic The Lion King, Lion King 2: Simba's Pride? And well, here it is. I don't know what the consensus with this film is, but I have to say I have a great affinity for it and consider it the best of the Disney direct-to-DVD sequels I've seen. As a kid, I think I actually saw The Lion King 2 before the first one. I only ever saw bits and pieces of the original, even long after watching Simba's Pride. This was a movie my siblings and I borrowed from the local library, and we loved it so much we never ended up giving it back. I remember endless reruns on our old computer. Thematically, the movie resonates a lot. Even the double meaning of the film's name, Simba's Pride. He has the lion pride, but a lot of the movie deals with his own internal pride, his prejudice and his ego. If the first movie is Hamlet, the second movie is Romeo and Juliet, with Simba, now the adult leader of the pride, having a daughter, Kiara, who loves Kovu. The partnership is a forbidden one, what with Kovu being part of the outsiders, the pride banished by Simba for their association with Scar from the first film. Kovu is kinda implied to be Scar's son, though I don't think this is literally the case, it's more of a symbolic thing. I really liked it, and the music especially. The songs are bangers, like My Lullaby, and there's one in particular that I thought was fantastic, to such an extent when I recently listened to it as part of a nostalgia dive, it actually brought me to tears. There's pathos about it, and it's pretty deep for what it is. It's One of Us, the song that plays when Kovu is exiled. He and Simba have been growing close after Simba's initial reluctance, what with Kovu coming from the banished pride, and unbeknownst to Simba initially being raised to avenge Scar and kill Simba. With the two on an outing on what is essentially a king checking out his future son-in-law for his daughter's prospects, the duo are ambushed by Zira, Kovu's mother. The outsiders attack Simba. He thinks Kovu is in on it, and Simba escapes with his life. Kovu's brother dies in the attack and his mum blames him for it, striking him and giving him a scar that resembles his father. He flees back to the Pride Lands. A cold reception awaits him. Kiara begs her father to show Kovu mercy. He pleads his case that he had nothing to do with the attack, but Simba gives the order for Kovu to be exiled. I mean, as a kid I didn't even know what exile meant, but Kiara's "no" is enough to know it's nothing good. By the way, did anyone notice it kind of sounds like someone accused Kovu of being gay in the background here? The song that follows, as Kovu is chased out of the Pride Lands, is pelted with rocks and harassed by the other animals, is superb just for the way it sounds alone. All the different pitches and the voices and whatnot, the deep hippos and the high-pitched zebras. The thumping of the feet that the animals do is ominous. The tune with the flute is sad and melancholy, nostalgic almost, as if we're to reminisce on a life for Kovu among the pride that he will never have. I can't play it, of course, as Disney are notorious for copyright, but it's the lyrics I wanted to focus on today. Deception, disgrace, evil as plain as the scar on his face. He asked for trouble the moment he came. It's clear the Pride Lands think Kovu had them duped, but the truth is they never gave him a chance from the beginning, and any hint that he was not on the same page as them would be used against him. Evil as plain as the scar on his face is a statement more damning for the pride themselves, judging Kovu for his looks, of course linking his scar with that of Scar's in the first film. The background singing has the lyrics, "You know these outsider types," and "Traitor, go back to your own," highlighting the tribalism prevalent in the Pride Lands, this idea that Kovu is a type who belongs with a certain kind of crowd. The song goes on to say, "Born in grief, raised in hate, helpless to defy his fate. Let him run, let him live, but do not forget what we cannot forgive. And he is not one of us. He has never been one of us. He is not part of us, not our kind." Honestly, I know this is a kid's film, but these are some heavy lines, and it just goes to show that if, as filmmakers, you make an effort, even with a children's film, it can have gravitas. Born in grief, raised in hate, helpless to defy his fate. Such powerful lines. They also explain Kovu's life in simple terms. He was born in grief, at around the time Scar died and the outsiders were exiled to a life of misery and hunger. He was raised in hate, raised to have a bloodlust for the Pride Lands and Simba, and he is helpless to defy his fate in the sense that he might not want to kill Simba, but it's what has been forced upon him by his family. Though of course the lyrics suggest that it's some kind of providence or destiny at play, that this is what Kovu is like, and therefore this is what he will do. It's all the more painful when you consider Kovu fought back against his brainwashing, saw that there was similarities between him and the animals of the Pride Lands. He fell for Tiara. He made an effort with Simba. He tried to push back against his mum and refused to kill Simba. That scene when they're both playing as kids is so innocent and beautiful. Two tribes, hateful of each other, but the children, unaware of the historic bitterness, getting to know each other and engaging in child play. That experience is essential for Kovu, I think. It was a showcase that there was more out there than the echo chamber he had grown up in, and he knew that. The next lines, "Let him run, let him live," are the only lines that evoke a sense of mercy, but it almost feels like he is allowed to live so he can live in shame. It goes on to say, "Someone once lied to us, now we're not so blind, for we knew he would do what he's done, and we know that he'll never be one of us, he is not one of us." I really love that line, "Someone once lied to us." He who will not be named, but whose actions inflicted a trauma, a scar if you will, that still runs deep in the land. In Simba in particular, the shot of Scar appearing in the water reflection as Kovu desperately runs away from it is a magnificent touch. The Pride Lands suffered under Scar. They hurt, partially because of their trusting of Scar, and now in turn their quickness to judge, their distrust of Kovu has led to more hurt. The sins of the father transferred to the son. The song says, "Now we're not so blind," in that they've wised up because of Scar, but the irony is that they have been blinded because of their pain, and Kovu never stood a chance with them, would have never been accepted, as proven by the next line, "We knew he would do what he's done," implying they were just waiting for him to screw up. He just never had a chance, the poor kid. Even when the song ends, you see Mufasa and Rafiki turning away in disappointment. You can just tell this is the ultimate low point in the movie. It's all gone wrong. Even the dead characters aren't happy. This is also the only song in the series, as far as I'm aware, that is sung only by background characters, as if to say the very land itself, the people, or animals, in union have turned against Kovu. He has no pride, no family, he is completely alone. One of us is the antithesis of the film's main themes of unity, brotherhood and family, a complete inverse of "we are one" in the beginning and the end of the film. The two songs are foils for each other, and the theme of unity is brought full circle, that bridge gapped, the solution found in love. Kovu and Kiara's love for each other is what ends up healing and ultimately binding the two tribes, exemplified by the duo's song "Love Will Find a Way." So that was it really. I just wanted to talk a bit about this song today. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and thanks for watching.